Hey guys, ALMD back with another video, and in today's video we're going to be telling you how the new Call of Duty Modern Warfare is going to bring Call of Duty back to the top of gaming. So, it's no secret that over the years Call of Duty has been a disappointment every year since Black Ops 2. You know, they've had good bits and pieces of each game, but they haven't really been able to put anything together since Black Ops 2, where either the campaign was really bad, or you couldn't play the multiplayer, or the third party game just wasn't very fun. But this next Call of Duty is going to bring everything together. It's going to give us new things to get invested in, and it's going to bring us emotionally invested back into it because of the campaign. One thing that really hasn't been very good for Call of Duty, at least the past 3 years, with Black Ops 3, World War 2, and of course Black Ops 4, which didn't even have a campaign. Those you couldn't get very emotionally invested into it, whereas with the old Call of Duty Modern Warfares, you had Price, you had Ghost, you had all those guys that were there every year that you liked, were invested in, and you were emotionally attached to the story, which made you want to keep playing, which helped you go a transition into multiplayer and helped you transition into Spec Ops. Whereas now with Black Ops 3, Black Ops 4, the campaigns aren't even fun. I didn't even play the Black Ops 3 campaign all the way through because I couldn't even play it. It wasn't very fun, it wasn't entertaining, and it wasn't, you know, uh, emotionally attached to where you wanted to play it. So, what I'm trying to say is the campaign is where it's going to start for Modern Warfare, which is going to make you want to play it more and more before transitioning into multiplayer and Spec Ops. Alright, next I want to talk about how the new multiplayer is going to kind of be nostalgic and new at the same time. So, recently what multiplayer's been with Black Ops 4, Black Ops 3, some of the new games, is it's been either very futuristic, or they've tried to use the future and settle it down to a more modern style, but it's just not been working. The past couple years multiplayer has not been very fun. So what they've done now obviously is they've brought back the modern aspect, which everybody loves, and they've brought back old types of game modes that everybody used to love, play. All the old players are going to want to come back, but they've added new game modes that are going to not only bring back older players as well, but they're going to attract the attention of younger, newer players that haven't really been around when Call of Duty was in its best time, like around Modern Warfare times. So, like for example, one of the new game modes they're adding, it's called Realism. It's sort of like a Battlefield type game mode, like kind of looks Battlefield, but it's extremely realistic. It's in the dark. You can't even tell when you kill somebody. It's that realistic. There's no notification, and it's kind of like a conquest where you try to go capture points or you move forward like a rush game mode. They have a bunch of new ones like that for multiplayer, which is again going to attract the attention of new players, and it's going to bring back the old players that want something new from Call of Duty. And at the same time, they have all the old game modes still that they've always had: team deathmatch, search and destroy, domination. Um, Another thing is that they've brought back kill streaks. It's not the score streaks anymore. Kill streaks are more, not only are they harder to get, so they're more well earned, but this way it's not so chaotic. Like for example, with score streaks, like in Black Ops 3, if you just played, obviously it encourages you to play the objective in certain game modes, but if you did that, it was a lot more easy to get score streaks and kill streaks if you were half decent at the game. So everyone would have some sort of decent kill streak or score streak, and there would be helicopters flying all over, wraps, everything, and it was very hard to get into a flow, and it would be very annoying to play sometimes. So these kill streaks not only are going to kind of settle it down, but make it more exciting if you go on a huge run. And that's part of the reason that multiplayer is going to be dominant for this game. It's going to be obviously the main game mode, and it's going to keep people playing. And finally, I want to talk about Spec Ops. Now, Spec Ops isn't the zombies that everyone knows and loves. It's like the third game mode for Call of Duty that they've had in pretty much every game since Black Ops 3, I believe. But, oh no, Advanced Warfare. They've had in every game since Advanced Warfare. But it's really not Infinity Ward and Sledgehammer's thing. Like, they tried it, but it didn't really work. You know, Advanced Warfare Zombies is okay. Um, World War II Zombies is okay. Infinite Warfare Zombies, they were all okay. But Spec Ops is where Infinity Ward really shines. Me personally, I think they should go back to Extinction because I loved Extinction, but they're not going to do that. They're going to go back to Spec Ops, which was very fun in Modern Warfare 3. I remember playing that with some of my friends, and we still have great memories on that game. So I think it's a good decision for them to go back to Spec Ops. I think they're adding a couple new game modes in it, which is again going to do the same thing like I was talking about with multiplayer. Going to bring older players back because they remember Spec Ops, they like it, they want to go back and play it, and it's going to give them a new experience. And then it's going to bring new players there because they want to try some of the old things, and of course there's different game modes that are going to suit them more so. Um, so I think it's a good thing they're going back to Spec Ops rather than a zombies. I would like to see Extinction, but Spec Ops is still very fun. It's going to be something to do if, let's say, you don't feel like playing multiplayer. But all in all, this is a game. It's looking very good, and I'm very excited about it. And there's a lot to do, a lot of reasons for me to gonna go back and play every day. It's not one of those games where it's like you play one or two games. You'll be on for a half hour, then you'll either get bored and you're gonna leave, or there's really nothing else you can do. It's one of the games that there's always gonna be something to do, and you're always gonna drive to keep playing. So I'm really excited about it. I'm happy that they've gone back to the modern style. I'm happy they're bringing back the old characters for the campaign, and I'm very excited about it. And I think it's going to bring Call of Duty back to the top, at least with this game, because the past couple ones have really knocked it down. It's given it a chance for Fortnite, Minecraft, Roblox, games like that to take over, and there really hasn't been an FPS game that's you know, really dominated. So I think this Call of Duty can take charge because, I mean, Apex Legends was, it was up there for a little bit, but other than that, there really has not been an FPS game that's dominated the past couple years. So I think the door is wide open for this Call of Duty to take the lead in that and, you know, get a majority of the player base. So yeah, that's why I think Call of Duty Modern Warfare is going to bring Call of Duty back to the top, and that's it, guys. Yep. Well, thanks for watching. If you made it this far, please like and subscribe, and thanks for watching. We'll see you guys in the next one.